everyone, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen for another installment in our Budget Buster bulk cooking recipe video series. Today we're going to continue on and we're going to use some of that roast chicken from before and we're going to make this delicious chicken and stuffing casserole. This only takes 2 cups of cubed chicken, a bunch of vegetables. It's super budget friendly, but let's go see how I made this delicious chicken and stuffing casserole. Alright, we're going to get started making this chicken and stuffing casserole. This is a part of our budget busting bulk cooking video series where we're going to use up some of that roasted chicken we made the other night, where we spatchcocked it and roasted it. It was absolutely beautiful and delicious, moist and juicy. And what we have is some of that chicken. We also had a side of stuffing that night, and I made 2 boxes on purpose. Yes, I used box stuffing mix. And this is the leftovers, so we have enough to top our casserole. If you don't have leftover stuffing, I suggest you make just a box of your favorite, like stovetop or store brand stuffing mix, where you just boil the water and the butter and you add the cubes and the seasonings. Really, really awesome. So what you're going to start with is 2 cups of chopped chicken, and I have chopped mine pretty fine, and I've got a thigh and half of a breast in here. I have 2 cups worth, or about 8 ounces, because I bought a 16-ounce carton of mushrooms, but these are just sliced Crimini mushroom, 1 cup of diced onion, a cup of chopped celery, and this ends up being about 3 small stalks, and a cup of carrot. Now I buy my carrots in the matchstick shreds. I just laid these on the cutting board and I gave them a run through with my knife. And this is a can of condensed cream of celery soup. You can use cream of celery or cream of chicken, cream of onion, cream of whatever you like that you have on hand. I'm using cream of celery because it's the first can that came out of the can rotator, and so that's what we're going to use. We're also going to use a half a cup of milk and a teaspoon of homemade poultry seasoning. If you'd like to see how I made my poultry seasoning, I will leave both a card at the end of this video and a link in the description box below. So this is easy peasy. I'm going to be making this in an 8-inch square pan. You can use a baking dish, you can use an iron skillet, whatever you have. We're also going to be using a couple of tablespoons of butter, and we're going to saute all the veggies off in just a minute. Alright, I went ahead and I sauteed the veggies. I figured you guys could handle that and didn't need to see me do it. But I went ahead and I sauteed these in 2 tablespoons of butter. I gave it a sprinkle of salt and pepper, and you can do that to taste. You can leave the salt out. You don't have to put anything in there. You make this yours. I'm going to add my chicken in. I'm not going to be too worried about getting all of this sauteed together because we're going to go ahead and throw this in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes.
The chicken's already cooked.
And the chicken's already cooked, and now the veggies are cooked. And even if you don't think your vegetables are quite soft enough, don't worry, because they're going to get the treatment with the soup, and then it's all going to cook for another half an hour anyway. There goes my poultry seasoning. I'm going to give that a toss so nobody gets a giant clump of that. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and add in my cream of celery soup, and you can, like I said, use whatever kind you like. And the reason I'm using a can of cream of soup is because this is intended to be a quick weeknight dinner. If you want to make this on your own and make your own cream of soup ahead of time, that's a great thing. I really think I love that idea, and I have several recipes on my channel on how to make homemade cream of fill-in-the-blank soup. I've got cream of broccoli, cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, cream of celery, just a ton. And I love to make homemade cream soups because a lot of times I don't like to use the canned soup. I do always have it on hand in my pantry because it's very nice to have in there for those nights when you just want to get dinner on the table. So there's a can of soup and a half a cup of milk, and go ahead and just give this a good stir and get everything really well incorporated. Now you may come to a point where you feel like, oh, that is not enough liquid or soup or whatever. but it is, okay? You don't want this to be super juicy, and I'll tell you why. Because after this cooks and the vegetables render all their liquid, then it's gonna be even juicier, and when you go to serve it, it's gonna be like eating soup with stuffing on top, and nobody wants that. All right. Now, I'm just gonna move this. We're gonna trade spaces with our baking dish. And we'll go ahead and we'll get this right into this pan here. Absolutely, turkey and stuffing is a great combo. So if you've leftover turkey from your Christmas dinner, or maybe you have turkey in your freezer from Thanksgiving, this is a great way to use it too. My mom always used to make something like this after a big holiday because it was a great way to use things up. Now, I'm just going to take my leftover stuffing that's already prepared, and I can sprinkle it on there, or I can just dump it, and then I can spread it. I like to use it leftover like this because when you make it fresh, it's really soft and it's hard to spread. After you have it leftover and it's cooled down, it's a lot easier to manipulate, and it looks a little bit prettier too. Okay, that's as hard as that gets. I'm going to pop this into a 350-degree oven for 25 to 30 minutes until it is bubbly and the stuffing is a little bit crispy on top. When it's ready to come out, I'll bring it back and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, here is our chicken and stuffing casserole. It is hot out of the oven. I just took it out of the oven. It is kind of subsided in its bubbling, but it's perfect. The stuffing got a little bit crispy on top. You can kind of hear it. Tap, tap, tap. But I'm gonna spoon some into a dish for you so you can see what it looks like. And it's perfect. You see how it's not too runny? And everybody's gonna be able to enjoy that. Oh, look at that. And this is gonna serve at least 4 people. And it just looks lovely. And that's it. That's how you make a delicious chicken and stuffing casserole. Keep in mind, this only has 2 cups of chicken meat in it, all those veggies, a creamy sauce, it's topped with stuffing. This is a great way to stretch your dollar. So now we've had 2 meals off of those roast chickens that I did. So we had the roast chicken meal, and now we've had the chicken and stuffing casserole meal. And then the next time we're gonna do something else, and then something else, and then something else. I intend to get at least 5 meals out of these chickens, so we're gonna see if I can meet that challenge, and you're gonna come along with me on that journey. I'm not gonna have Rick taste it because it's too hot right now, but I'm certain it's gonna be delicious. So that's how you make a chicken and stuffing casserole using leftover chicken and some leftover stuffing, but remember, you can always use regular stuffing if you don't have any leftover. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you are not already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, please be sure and hit that bell button so you don't miss any of the notifications, and you all don't miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we present all the time right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. I hope you give this bulk cooking adventure a try, and I hope that you give this chicken and stuffing casserole a try, and I hope you love them. And until next time, I'll see ya.